The first thing I do to remember literally 90% of what I read and apply it to my life is go in with a goal. Go into the book with what you want to take out of it. What project in your life can you apply this book to? What problem are you trying to solve? What question do you want answered? Figure that out before you read the book. Go in with a goal. Go in with what you want to take out of the book. For example, when I went to start reading Atomic Habits, I knew the book talked about your environment and how you could shape your environment to make you become the person that you want to be. So the project in my life was organize my environment to make me more productive and be less distracted, aka tune my phone and my apartment to make me more focused on the life I want. With that in mind, as I was reading the book, I knew what to look for, what I was trying to apply to my life, what project I was working on, why I'm reading the book. I had an end goal in mind. I knew what I was looking for, and I was looking for specific things that could help me accomplish that. Does this chapter talk about tuning your environment to help you become the person that you want to become? I knew what I was looking for, and it made me a lot more intentional about reading the book and solving the problem that I was after. This is exactly why you want to go into a book knowing what you want to get out of it. If you can't even answer the question, what do I want out of this book, or what project can I apply this to, or why is this relevant in my life, then you probably shouldn't be spending your time reading the book in the first place. So you should be able to answer that question. You should go in with a goal, something you want to take out of it, or a project that you can apply to in your life before you read the book. Step 1 is really important, but it's not nearly as important as step 2, which is sync your notes. When I was reading books, I used to just take all my notes in a paper notebook. Then when I was done with the book, I would go through the paper notes in my notebook, read through the notes, and use them to help me complete the project that I was working on. But then when I finished it, I pretty much would never really look at those notes ever again. They would just kind of be lost and forgotten in that notebook. And one of the keys to long-term high percentage retention of the things you read is reusability and connecting your notes from one book to your notes from other books and other projects that you're working on. You want to make sure you're reusing these notes for more relevant projects in the future, as well as the ones right now. And there's no better way to do this than to have all your notes sync to some central note-taking app, preferably one where all your projects are also located. Let me walk you through my system for syncing all my notes from my books to Notion, which is my note-taking app of choice. All right, I do all the syncing with a tool called Readwise, and it's incredibly simple to set up. Talked about the tool before, but it's basically just an import-export tool. You can import all your notes from Kindle or whatever digital system you use to take notes, and then export them to the note-taking app of your choice. It literally takes like 10 minutes to set up, and then all your notes will literally automatically sync every time you take a new highlight or a new note, and they'll go to the note-taking app of your choice. There's a link in the description if you want to sign up for Readwise. I think it's like 10 bucks a month or something. Super worth it in my opinion. But you go to this import section and you can import all your notes from Kindle or the Reader or Twitter. Made a full video about syncing all your notes from every system into one central place. You can check that out here. I'm not going to go into too much detail about paper notes because it's a little more complicated. But yeah, you can import everything from here. And then when you go to Readwise, export, you can choose a note-taking app of your choice. And then all your notes will automatically sync into Readwise and automatically export into the note-taking app of your choice in a table called Readwise. It's super nice and organized, and you can see all those notes. Super easy, and it's super nice. With paper notes, you can do a couple things. Like I said, I walk into a lot of detail in this video right here about syncing all your notes to one place. You can take a picture and manually add it to your note-taking app of your choice. It's a little more annoying. Or you can use any system that automatically gets the photo transcribed and added to your note-taking app, or just add in the photo yourself. Some system to get your notes into the note-taking app of your choice. You want to get them digitalized in some way if you can, or maybe when you're reading, instead of taking paper notes, take them digitally if you don't want to set up a shortcut to get your paper notes into digital notes. So that's Readwise, and that's how you can sync all your notes from all your digital places into one note-taking app. And then yeah, on the note-taking app of your choice, they'll sync to a table called Readwise, and it'll have all your books in one place. But yeah, you can see how all my notes from my Kindle and articles and tweets and literally everything are just syncing into my Notion. It's super nice. All right, now we know step 1, go in with a goal. Step 2, sync your notes. Now let's get into step 3, which is apply your notes immediately. Firstly, when you finish the book, apply all the knowledge from that book to the relevant project or the reason you read the book in the first place immediately. So like for my example, when I was cleaning up my office in a way to make me more focused, as soon as I finished reading Atomic Habits, I applied all those notes immediately, cleaned up my office that day, literally set up everything in the exact way as soon as I was finished reading the book. And context number 2 is when you start a new project, look back on all your previous notes and apply everything that's relevant immediately. So if in 3 months I go to set up a new office or like some other place where I'm starting work, any other environment that I want to tune to my advantage. I can literally go back through all my notes on Atomic Habits and apply them immediately to that project and any other book that I've read and took notes and have them sync to Notion. It's super nice. Okay, let me walk you through when I start a new project on Notion, how I reuse literally all my notes from my books. Okay, let's say I'm starting a new project on like organize my office. I don't actually have an office. I use my bedroom as an office because I have a 1-bedroom with my girlfriend. And now I want to know everything from all the books I've read about organization or environmental tuning. With Notion, you can use Command P to search everything, all your notes, but on every note-taking app, there's some hotkey that you can use to just search for certain things. So find out what that hotkey is for yours. For Notion, just Command P. And then I could type in environment, boom. When I type in environment, I have literally all these notes come up just about tuning your environment, disciplining your environment, power of environment for habits. And I can scroll through these, see all my notes from all of these books, all these different sources, and say, okay, what do I want to use for this project? Which one of these is relevant? And I get all those notes and I apply them to this project. And then maybe I go habits. What do I know from habits that's useful for this? And when I find something that's useful, I can open it up. I like to just open it up separately, just like copy and paste it, or you can add a link using a command to add a link to a page. There's so many different ways you can get it. But you can see all your notes about habits just from searching. So over time, you're building up this second brain and you can literally reuse all the knowledge that you gained from books. It allows you to retain so much more because you're reusing it and applying it over and over and over again. So you retain literally like 90% of what you read, if not more. Everything that you take note of will come up again and again and again. This entire system is what I use to remember everything that I read and reuse it and apply it to my life, and it's super nice. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. You can click here to watch this video about how I sync all my notes from everything to one central place, which is Notion, or you can click here to watch my full walkthrough of my entire second brain and my entire system on Notion. Super interesting, highly recommend you check it out. Check out one of those videos. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and see you again soon.